What's going on, everybody? It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. I'm your host, Brendan Navin, coming to you with my co-host, Nigel Patterson. Nigel, say what's up to the people. Nigel excited about something at the moment.
Hey, everybody, how you doing today?
Nigel, what has you so hyped?
So,
I didn't see the
7 weeks into fantasy football. The Browns have just potentially picked up their first win. I can change the name from the Browns now. I gotta figure out a new name. But we finally got a win. Finally on the board.
49ers.
Not the 49ers. Not gonna be that bad.
No,
we're gonna come back and make the playoffs now. So,
gotta
pick another team.
You said you're gonna come back and make the playoffs now?
Ain't that far back.
You mean you're 0?
I'm 1-6.
You will be
potentially 1-6.
I'm so weak, bro. That's bad, yo.
Ain't bad.
That's pretty bad.
It's not the best, but
that's pretty bad.
You know, America loves an underdog.
You said what?
America loves an underdog.
That kind of underdog, I don't know about that kind of underdog, bro. I think America loves a good old comeback story of the
Nick only has 2 wins. You only have 4. I can come back from that. And you about to lose this week. I can come back from that.
I'll be 4-3.
4-3. That's only 4 games. That's 3 games back.
No, you know what it will take for you to catch up? You know how many people you'll need to lose consistently in order for you to catch back
I play you again late in the season.
You think I'm gonna lose?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win out.
You're gonna win out every game.
Every game. Only thing I'm worried about is Rudy.
You're gonna win out every game.
Rudy hasn't lost yet, I don't think.
Nope, he will not lose this week neither.
Yeah, I think he's crushing his opponent, isn't
he? Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So that's fine. I'll come back.
Oh my god.
It's about having faith.
He says about having faith.
Yeah, it's all about having faith. I have faith in my team.
Nigel, that's kind of like diluted faith. He said me? This wasn't the best week for me in fantasy.
It was about 70.
I'm losing by 70?
Almost. It was about 66.
I knew. Right, this is where I knew I messed up. When I benched Drew Brees. But here's the thing. I knew this week I had a bad feeling. The minute I started off the week with Jordy Nelson only giving me 0. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But when he gave me 0 at the beginning of the week, I knew that went on. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna lose this week because it just had that kind of feel to it. I was like, I'm not gonna.
At least you got out of your system.
The loss.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I've had games like this before, but the last one was against you. Some came up on top of you.
The clutchest player of all time, Drew Brees, giving you, I think, like a 2-point win or something like that.
You said Drew Brees?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, it was Monday night. It was a Monday game. Yeah.
Yeah. He did come through.
Raiders did not come through for me that game.
You said the Raiders?
Yeah. Remember it was either the Falcons or the Raiders. They were getting blown out, and then they just had Drew Brees just shocking the ball.
Yes, it was the Falcons.
Yeah,
it was the Falcons.
Just shocking it.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
But
Thanks, guys.
Come back on.
You saw?
Come back on. We got 6 weeks left, I think. It's enough. I can go 6 now.
You got high aspirations, bro.
High aspirations. Call having faith in yourself. What did my man Fitzpatrick say? You gotta have faith in yourself. Even if the fantasy GM don't have faith in me, even my fantasy coworkers don't have faith in me, I gotta have faith in me.
You know what, guys? I know the rundown is supposed to be. I know the rundown is supposed to be Damian Lillard. Well, okay, the rundown is supposed to be Damian Lillard, Jeff Fisher, and the Los Angeles Rams. LeBron James comments, the Vikings, and if they're the best team in the NFC, talking about also some of the baseball, a little bit of the baseball stuff,
The World Series.
The World Series. But I do want to get into this Fitzpatrick thing a little bit.
Do you really want to?
I do. Just to touch on it. How are you a guy that says, oh, the management didn't have faith in me, management didn't trust me, management should have believed in me? Y'all, he pretty much took shots at his management, the guys that. He took shots at the general manager, the coach, the owner,
the coach, and the GM.
Yeah, he pretty much took shots at every single higher up above him.
Not pretty much. He didn't pretty much take shots. I mean, he aimed at him and took shots. There's no kinda in there. He was focused on it. He went in that press meeting with a mission.
Which was
to take shots at everybody he could.
It's one of those things that I'm like, dude, I understand.
I don't.
No, it's one of those things. I'm just like, how do you think that
they should have faith in you when you lead the league in interceptions? But the craziest thing I saw, he's last in turnover, touchdown to interception ratio, last in interceptions, last in completion percentage. Where and what point of that should they have faith in you? At what point should they sit back and say, you know what, Ryan, you're doing a great job this season. Go ahead and keep going. We're 1-5, but you go keep doing your darndest and get us some wins.
Darndest?
Yeah, it's like, no, you don't deserve that. And you absolutely should have got benched. You know what the crazier story is to me? Gino came out, I think maybe a couple hours ago. Not a couple hours ago, but like midday. They felt fine. Mm-hmm. MRI, 20 L. I was like, what?
No lie. I'm like, Gino, how the heck are you okay? But then your MRI is a torn ACL. I was like, were you just walking on it all day?
So, Ryan Patrick, the curse of Ryan Fitzpatrick, I should say, coming through, he's going to keep his job. They didn't want him in the offseason. They didn't want him to start the season. But they had to stick with him. I mean, worst things worse. I mean, you can sit him down for Petty and go ahead and get him some swings or give is Hackenberg on the roster?
Yeah. Him and Bryce Petty.
Get both of them. Go ahead and get them warming up, and maybe once he throws another 5 interceptions or so, you go ahead and throw
one game.
No, come on, let's give him some credit.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm looking at his stats right now, bro. It's possible.
Yeah, he's not gonna throw 5 picks in the game.
He's done 6.
He's done 6.
He's done 6.
Once you go 6, you can't.
You can't go above. You can still go under.
No,
you can't go above.
No,
Think about it.
You can't throw 5 picks in the game.
He's thrown 6.
He's thrown 6. That was a one-time thing. He's not gonna go out there and no way possible he goes out there and throws 5 picks. If he throws 5 picks, he doesn't get on the bus next. He doesn't get on the bus. Just walk to the hotel. You can't get back on the bus after throwing 5 picks.
Hey, he did it after 6.
No. Yeah, that's your. No, okay. We understand. We know what we said we weren't gonna pay you. We understand the 6 picks. You have a bad game every once in a while. It happens. We understand that. Not 6 picks bad, but we kind of understand it. You can't throw 6 and then you can't throw 11 interceptions in 2 games.
That's literally like. That's awful. I truly don't know how else to describe it.
It is awful.
That's painfully that's sore eyes.
I feel bad for Jet fans.
You know what the crazy thing is whenever I find a Jet fan, I'm just like, dog, what's it like? I mean, it's no better coming from a Rams fan.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But I was trying to fluff it up a little bit, but yeah, it
absolutely is.
It is. It goes into me. I'm just like, dog, like how he on the season he's still 6 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and I'm sitting here. I'm just like, dude, what claim did you have to say they did? They don't have faith in you. And then Todd Bowles pretty much came out and said,
he is right though in a sense, in the sense that no, not that. No. But you have to have faith in yourself, even if you're playing terribly, which he's playing bad. Mm. He's hearing it from I'm sure he's hearing it from fans. He's hearing it on Twitter if he has a Twitter. He's hearing it on if he turns on ESPN, FS1, any kind of sports radio station. Yeah. He's hearing how bad he's playing. But the one thing he can't do, he can't lose faith in himself. Mm-hmm. Because once that happens, then you get worse, and he literally cannot afford to get worse.
It's not an option.
It's just really not an option for him.
Oh my god!
If he wants another job, he can't get worse. So, and he came into that, and what I took away from that from the press conference was, I'm not playing for my team, because forget you guys don't have faith in me. I'm playing for my next contract.
Yeah.
So in a way, I kind of understand where he's coming from. He's going about it the completely wrong way.
Yeah. Well, guys, let's get back to the rundown. We just had to touch on that real quick because I mean, I can't imagine walking up to my boss and saying, "Hey, man, look, don't you need it? You can, no matter how bad I perform in this workplace, no matter how badly I am at my job, you should believe in me, regardless of I've already shown you that you should have stopped believing in me a long time ago." I just had to touch on that one, guys. Let's get the show kicked off with the talk about Damian Lillard and the Warriors head coach Steve Kerr. When asked about who he would pick as his MVP for this season, Kerr had this to say. He says, "I think KD is kind of like Gary Johnson, the political race from not too long ago. A third-party guy who is going to come in and take a few votes from Steph, take some from LeBron, and then Damian Lillard wins the election. That's my forecast." So, Nigel, what do you think about Steve Kerr's prediction for MVP? Do you think he has a point in picking Damian Lillard?
I'm going to give a quick answer. I'm going to give a quick answer first, because I want you to answer, and I'll come back with that. I'm going to say no. So, I'm going to ask you, do you think Damian Lillard has a stake in this?
Yes.
Yes. No, I shouldn't say a stake, because I think he has a stake in it. How high are you willing to put Damian Lillard is my question.
As MVP?
As MVP. I am top 2, top 3, top 5, top 10.
Top 2.
Okay. So, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say top 5. And I'm going to give you the reason why. Mm-hmm. In the last 20 years, 1986.
Mm-hmm.
You want to guess how many teams have not been a 1 or 2 seed and had the MVP on their team?
How many teams?
Yep. How many players, I should say, how many players outside of the 1 or 2 seed
have won the MVP?
Have won the MVP?
2.
Wrong.
How many?
1. Karl Malone, 1999.
Yeah, I thought I was really on it.
No. So, you're talking about a team, 6 teams.
Oh, yeah, Derrick was the number 1 seed.
Derrick was number 1 seed.
Oh, okay.
First in the, it's Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose was number 1 seed.
Number 1 seed, best record in the NBA.
Wow.
So, you had to break a 17-year-old tradition right there just to even start talking about him there.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, they were 5th last year. They were 9 games behind the Clippers. That's not close.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Blake Griffin only played in 35 games last year. Also, that's an MVP candidate that wasn't even there last year. They were 13 games back of Cleveland, who had the third best record in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 10 years, I went back and looked at the MVPs. Steph, both back-to-back, number 1 record in the NBA both years. KD, the year he won it, number 2 record overall. And that's with Russ out for more than half the season.
Mm-hmm.
No, he wasn't out for half the season. He was out for almost half the season, though. I think he played 5 games over half the season. LeBron, the 4 years he won it. Best record in the NBA, best record in the NBA, 4th best record in the NBA, best record in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick, best record in the NBA, best record in the NBA. Dirk, best record in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see Dame getting anywhere close to those?
I think Damian Lillard could have the 3rd best record in the NBA.
Absolutely not.
I think that
You think he's...
No, not NBA. Sorry.
I was going to say,
in the Western Conference.
You think they're going to jump the Spurs?
I think they're going to jump the Spurs.
Not the Spurs,
no.
the Clippers.
Yeah, I think they can jump the Clippers.
Absolutely not.
Because to me, after the Clippers got hurt this past offseason, I believe they can get hurt again. And the thing is, health has been an issue for the Clippers repeatedly. So, so for me, it's like because health has been an issue, and they were only 9 games behind the Clippers.
That's not only. That's a big gap.
No, I get it's a big gap, but the thing is, Damian Lillard essentially was by himself. C.J. McCollum won Most Improved Player, so he was still improving. This is the first year they've really run this team the way. Like, this is the first rendition. The Clippers team has been together for years. Mm-hmm. That was the first rendition of the Trailblazers that we've seen together in that format. Mm-hmm. So now that they have 1 year under their belt, we can expect them to improve upon that. The Clippers, I feel like the Clippers have somewhat hit their apex of where they're going to be. They're going to be around that 50 to 55 win. And if you throw in injuries into that, then I feel as though the Portland Trailblazers, who are a younger team, have room to... Actually, they're probably one of the youngest teams in the NBA, have room to come and eclipse the Clippers in record. And then I feel like Damian Lillard will have one of those seasons where... I feel like every player that comes out and says, I want to win the MVP has won it. Derrick Rose said it. I want to win MVP. He won it. Kevin Durant said it. He won the MVP that season. No, but everybody says it in that season, and then they go out and they go and do it.
So, yeah, you say they're going to win 55 games. They won 55 games last year without Blake Griffin. So they're going to get Blake Griffin back. So even if they have an injury, they're going to pretty much do what they just did this year. They had an injury the year before that. Still won 55 games.
But the thing is that it depends on who gets injured. If the injury is to Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, or DeAndre Jordan.
Both of them have been injured multiple times. Chris Paul, the year before that, Blake Griffin was MVP candidate. Missed 30-plus games, I think. Blake Griffin carried that team, no problem. They still got 3rd seed. Last year, Blake Griffin got hurt. Chris Paul carried that team, no problem. Still got the 3rd seed. To say that, to think Golden State's jump 9 games, only additions are... Portland, sorry. When their only additions are Evan Turner and Possessor Zealy. Unless Damian Lillard or C.J. McCollum take this amazing next step, I don't see them. I don't see no way possible they wouldn't add 10 games.
See, that's the thing. I believe that C.J. McCollum will be the... I think Lillard will raise his game up another bar. I feel like we'll see from Damian Lillard what everybody thought we wouldn't get to see, or what we thought we would see from Russell Westbrook in a sense, when Kevin Durant was hurt. Because at the Lillard, because he was just kind of feeling things out this season. They were kind of still making, like, they overperformed this season by many people's margins or standard. And if C.J. McCollum can improve his game, which he's shown they can do, then I don't see why they can't be better. You have young guys like Myers Leonard. You add a big man in Festus Ezeli who can protect the basket, who actually is capable. He is offensive option than Andrew Bogut. He was. He wasn't as good at that. But I feel as though with those guys on your team, you can with him. Last season he at his this were his stats. Last season he averaged 25.3 points. He shot 90% from the free throw line. He shot
Who?
Damian Lillard.
Oh, okay, I got that.
42% from the field.
Yeah.
He shot 87% from three.
Okay, so and I also want to. I looked up his advanced stuff. He had a usage rate of 31%.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty much using the ball as much as MVP candidates already do.
Mm-hmm.
He's 2% down. I think Steph was 32.8 and where was he at? 32.8 and I don't know if it's the other year. KD was at 33. LeBron 33, 33, 32, 30. D Rose 32. Kobe 31. Dirk 28. He's already using the ball at MVP rate. So once again, unless he just gets like it's a major efficiency boost, which he's never shown he's been a super efficient player.
But that's the thing. You can improve upon your. I mean, we saw Steph do it. Steph still played about the same minutes, and he had an enormous efficiency boost. So I don't understand. Granted, I know Steph Curry's a different kind of animal.
Exactly.
He's a different kind of animal. But I don't see why Damian can't be the same. He can't. Well, he not be the same as Steph Curry.
Because
why
Steph
he
has
can't
shown in the
improve
past
to that kind of level.
Steph has shown in the past he shot 49% the year he got injured. He shot 48 another year. He's shown he can be super efficient while also shooting 44% from deep. He's shown those abilities in the past. Mm-hmm. He bumped up to 50 last year due to having better teammates around him and giving him more space. Yes. Dame has never shown he's that kind of efficient kind of player. He's always been around 44 to 42%. Always been around 38% from deep.
Okay, then what's the case that people make for Russell Westbrook then? Because what is for people? Russell Westbrook probably the leading vote getter for the MVP. Yet Russell Westbrook, his team might not eclipse the Clippers.
Might not.
His usage rate is high. He has one of the top usage rates in the league.
He does.
He shoots worse than Damian Lillard.
He does.
So in what essence would
his raw stats are already better than Damian Lillard's though?
But
his numbers his numbers right now are much better than Damian Lillard's. You compare those two, it's not really even close. He's gonna get even more usage. He's gonna hit, and so even next year. So while he may shoot worse, he's gonna make up for it by being a better playmaker, being a better rebounder, and being a better defender than Dame. So while he may shoot worse, he's gonna score more than Dame. So the only thing Dame's really gonna beat him in is efficiency.
Well, that's a good point. Well,
now, and the record thing is the one thing holding him back. I mean, I don't think Russ is gonna be MVP because now he's gonna have a narrative going for him as well.
Because I feel as though the efficiency and all that does play a part in it. That's why I feel like LeBron gets votes every single year because he's efficient. Steph blew out statistical charts by a landslide this year. Yeah, so that's why Steph definitely won the MVP. Yeah. But I feel as though if Damian Lillard can get his team at least in the top three seed, and he's the undeniable reason for it. If he's an undeniable reason for it, then I don't see how people will even put him in the conversation. Now, because and here's the thing, here's the disclaimer for it all. It's not like he's going to be taking if he's top three, it's going to be the Miami effect. Because if you take away the fact that LeBron was a villain in Miami when Derrick Rose won his MVP, granted Derrick Rose played the Chicago Bulls had the best record in the NBA, but
Dwight Howard got robbed.
LeBron James that season had an amazing season that season.
He was okay.
And he still didn't win the MVP.
No. In serious note, I used to think LeBron should have won MVP. He only got robbed because they didn't want to give it to him. I'll take that back. Derrick Rose had a better season than LeBron that season.
Derrick Rose had a great season. That's
Dwight
what I'm
saying.
You said of that season?
Dwight Howard
in Orlando?
Yes.
But what Derrick Rose did for that season?
No, Orlando.
I'm not going to debate Derrick Rose and Dwight Howard. We can do that another day.
Okay.
Flashback Friday.
There's no debate. Dwight Howard's better than him. There's no debate about it. Go ahead.
Derrick Rose did for that team?
No, go ahead.
But I think if that same principle, that the fact that Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry joining each other will like he said, the votes will sway. They'll be like, all right, I don't want to vote for these guys because they're playing together. So either the votes will go to LeBron James, who will most likely coast through the season, which he's done over the past 2 years.
And I will say his coasting is still better than Damian Lillard's season.
His coasting is still great, but then they'll also look at him and be like, well, you have Kyrie Irving, you have Kevin Love. Damian Lillard. CJ McCollum hasn't been regarded as a star yet. He's a good support player, but he's not a star yet. So if the Portland Trailblazers are playing at a high level, it's Damian Lillard. So that's how I feel like he will end up winning the MVP. But y'all, we're gonna take our first break of the evening. It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show your 24-hour day. When we come back from break, there's a certain team that recently caught an L. And it's good. It's great to pose the question if they could still be the best team in the NFC. But y'all make sure y'all tune in. We're about to take a 40-second break. It's KBR Sports, y'all. All right, stay tuned.